Number 20. Fontaine. Fontaine is a feminist conceptual art collective founded by Italian-British artist duo Fulvia Carnevale and James Thornhill in Paris in 2004 and has been based in Palermo, Sicily since 2017. The collective's name draws from two sources: Duchamp's iconic ready-made fountain and the well-known French notebook brand Fontaine. This name serves to create a separation between the artist's personal biographies and their work, allowing their practice to be a space of freedom and desubjectivation. By using appropriation and subversion, their work seeks not to emphasize the artist's individual genius, but to activate forms and forces within visual culture, revealing their political significance. Fontaine's practice spans video, sculpture, painting, and writing. The 60th Venice Biennale is titled Foreigners Everywhere, a reference to the collective's seminal series of neon works. Biennale curator Adriano Pedrosa drew inspiration from this ongoing body of work for the exhibition's theme. Recent solo shows by Fontaine include Star, Reply, Forward, Copy Info, Delete, Siamo con voi nella notte, I, We, Yes, and Studio Concreto. Number 19. Julien Creuzet. Julien Creuzet is a French-Caribbean artist who lives and works in Paris. A visual artist and poet, he actively intertwines these two practices via amalgams of sculpture, installation, and textual intervention that address his own diasporic experience and his relationship to his ancestral home, Martinique, which he refers to as the heart of my imagination. Inspired by the poetic and philosophical reflections of the French Martinican writers Zineb Sedira and Édouard Glissant on creolization and migration, Creuzet's work focuses on the troubled intersection between Caribbean histories and the events of European modernity. Creuzet's distinctive sculptural language often reproposes found materials, relics of detritus washed ashore by oceans or the unrelenting progress of history. Creuzet represented France at the 60th Venice Biennale 2024. Number 18. Jean-Marc Bustamante. Jean-Marc Bustamante is a celebrated artist best known for his photography and site-specific installations. His work creates a complex blend of past experiences, cultural references, and a focus on the formal qualities of light and color. Born in 1952 in Toulouse, France, he apprenticed with American photographer William Klein in Paris during the 1970s. From 1983 to 1987, Bustamante collaborated with French sculptor Bernard Bazille, working under the name Bazille Bustamante, a partnership that explored themes of codes and signs. After they parted ways in 1987, Bustamante continued to develop his unique style. One of his most notable series, from 1995, captures the non-specific landscapes, leaving viewers to interpret the work for themselves. His art is included in major collections, including the Musée National d'Art Moderne in Paris, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, and the Museo Reina Sofia in Madrid. Number 17. Jules de Balincourt. Jules de Balincourt is a contemporary French painter known for blending diverse subjects and spaces into cohesive, vibrant images. His colorful, stylized work is celebrated for evoking narrative, cultural, and historical themes while also emphasizing formal painterly elements. De Balincourt's work spans from geometric abstraction to pop-inspired depictions of Americana, reminiscent of Jasper Johns' playful use of imagery. Born in 1972 in Paris, de Balincourt earned his MFA from Hunter College in New York in 2005. His work has been exhibited at prestigious venues such as the Palais de Tokyo in Paris and the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and is held in the permanent collections of institutions like the Los Angeles Museum of Contemporary Art, the Brooklyn Museum and the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. Number 16. Mohamed Bourouissa. Visual artist Mohamed Bourouissa was born in Algeria in 1978 and moved to France at the age of 5. Through his video, sound, sculpture, and photography, Bourouissa explores mass media and contemporary society by deeply immersing himself in the lives and communities of his subjects. His work often highlights marginalized groups and individuals facing hardships, such as favela residents in Rio de Janeiro, shoplifters in Brooklyn, and young drug dealers in Marseille. By focusing on these often stereotyped figures, Bourouissa brings out their humanity. His Horse Day series from 2013, which includes photographs and a video, described by the artist as a contemporary American cowboy movie, was created during 8 months spent with a low-income black horseback riding community in northern Philadelphia. Bourouissa's work has been featured in numerous solo exhibitions, including the Musée d'Art Moderne de Paris, the Centre Pompidou, and the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam. Number 15. Dominique Gonzalez-Foerster. Dominique Gonzalez-Foerster is a highly influential artist whose multidisciplinary practice spans video projection, photography, performance, and installation. A key figure in the relational aesthetics movement, she often collaborates with other artists, including Philippe Parreno and Ellen Bashung. She received her education at the École du Magazine at the National Center of Contemporary Art in Grenoble and the Institut des Hautes Études in Art Plastique in Paris. Her work has been showcased at prominent institutions such as the Centre Pompidou, Tate Modern, Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris, and the Daya Art Foundation in the US. Number 14. Claire Tabouret. Claire Tabouret is known for evocative and enigmatic portraiture and group scenes that oscillate between the theatrical and the introspective. Her figures engage in activities such as wrestling, dancing, performing, or simply enjoying moments of solitude. Originally from France and now based in Los Angeles, Tabouret draws inspiration from magazine imagery and historical photographs, reinterpreting them with her dynamic brushwork and vibrant colors. She studied at Cooper Union in New York and the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris. Since completing her studies in 2006, Tabouret has exhibited widely in cities such as Paris, London, New York, Hong Kong, and Barcelona. Her work is included in the collections of major institutions, including the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, Paris Art Museum in Miami, and the Youth Museum in Shanghai. Number 13. Bernard Venet. Bernard Venet is a French conceptual artist known for his curved, mathematically precise metal sculptures and for his material exploration of coal, asphalt, and tar. Born in 1941 in Château Arnoux-Saint-Aubin, the painter and sculptor studied at La Ville Tilleul in Nice in 1958 for a year before pursuing a career as an artist. Friends with Adama, Jean Tinguely, Donald Judd, and Sol LeWitt, Venet worked with minimalist and conceptualist modes during the 1960s and 1970s. Awarded the Chevalier de la Légion d'honneur in 2005, in 2012, he collaborated with the Italian car manufacturer Bugatti to create a unique piece which was debuted at the Rubel Family Collection of Art Basel in Miami. Venet's works are held in the collections of the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the Art Institute of Chicago, Photo Museum Winterthur in Switzerland, and the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., among others. Number 12. Tatiana Trouvé. Tatiana Trouvé is a French-Italian contemporary artist celebrated for installations, sculptures, and drawings, often incorporating architectural forms and industrial materials. Her work examines the blurred lines between fiction and reality, mind and body, as well as concepts of time, space, and memory. Born in 1968 in Cosenza, Italy, Trouvé spent her early years there and her adolescence in Dakar, Senegal, where her father's work as an architecture teacher influenced her artistic development. One of her most renowned work is Bureau d'activité implicite, a large-scale project consisting of modular office-like structures that served as an archive of her creative and administrative efforts to establish her art career over a decade, beginning in 1997. Trouvé graduated from Villa Arson in Nice in southern France in 1989 and later completed a 2-year residency at Atelier 63 in the Netherlands before settling in Paris in 1995. Trouvé currently lives in Paris, where she is also a teacher at the National Academy of Fine Arts. Number 11. Laure Prouvost. Laure Prouvost is a contemporary French artist recognized for her multimedia installations and performances. Her work explores the complex relationship between language, sensation, and perception, often using familiar narratives in her films to engage the viewer. Born in Lille, France in 1978, Prouvost earned her BFA from Central St. Martin's in 2002 and her MFA from Goldsmiths in 2010. Early in her career, she worked as an assistant to John Latham, an artist known for his conceptual sculptures, and was influenced by both Latham and Kurt Schwitters in challenging everyday perceptions. In 2013, she won the prestigious Turner Prize and held a solo exhibition titled For Forgetting at the New Museum in New York the following year. Prouvost currently divides her time between London and Antwerp, and her work is featured in major collections such as the Fondation Louis Vuitton in Paris, the Contemporary Art Society in London, and the Nouveau Musée National de Monaco. Number 10. Zineb Sedira. Zineb Sedira is a Franco-Algerian feminist photographer and video artist based in London, known for her work exploring the human connection to geography. Sedira's early work often focused on women in the Muslim world, featuring intimate photographs of her mother and daughter. In her video, Mother Tongue, from 2002, Sedira captures conversations between herself, her mother, and her daughter, each speaking in their own languages, Arabic, French, and English respectively. Sedira serves as the linguistic bridge between her mother and daughter who do not share a common language. In 2022, her installation, Dreams Have No Titles, transformed the French Pavilion at the 59th Venice Biennale into a film studio and screening room, paying homage to 1960s and 70s militant cinema, while also reflecting on her family's immigrant history in France. Sedira holds a BA in Critical Fine Art Practice from Central St. Martin's in London, an MFA from the Slade School of Fine Art, and spent 5 years conducting research at the Royal College of Art. Number 9. Kader Attia. Kader Attia is a contemporary Algerian-French artist whose work is deeply influenced by his experience of living between two cultures. In pieces like his installation, Ghost, from 2007, Attia uses unconventional materials to explore how non-Western people form identities within European society. Born in 1970 in Dugny, France, Attia spent his childhood between the Parisian suburbs and Algeria. He studied at the Higher School of Applied Arts du Pair and at the National School of Decorative Arts in Paris. Over the years, Attia has become known for examining themes of identity and cultural history. He currently splits his time between Berlin, Germany, and Algiers. His works are part of prestigious collections, including the Centre Georges Pompidou in Paris, the Guggenheim Museum in New York, and the Tate Gallery in London. Number 8. Martial Raysse. Martial Raysse is a renowned French artist associated with the Nouveau Realisme movement. Known for his use of found objects, advertising imagery, and the transformation of kitsch into fine art, Raysse is often considered a precursor to the pop art movement. His later works include elaborate paintings incorporating neon lights, featuring vivid colors and idyllic, Arcadian scenes reminiscent of Nicolas Poussin's style. Born in 1936 in Golfe-Juan, France, into a family of ceramists, Raysse began painting and writing poetry at an early age. By 1960, he became a founding member of the Nouveau Realisme movement, alongside artists like Yves Klein and Jean Tinguely. The group aimed to repurpose the materials of consumer culture for conceptual and formal artistic exploration. Today, Raysse's work is housed in major institutions such as the Tate Gallery in London, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and the Hirshhorn Museum in Washington, D.C. Number 7. Xavier Veilhan. Xavier Veilhan has developed a highly regarded body of work since the late 1980s that draws on both formal classicism and cutting-edge technology, working across a variety of mediums, including sculpture, painting, installation, performance, video, and photography. His exhibitions often challenge viewers' perceptions, creating dynamic, evolving spaces where the audience becomes an active participant. Notable examples include Veilhan Versailles, the Architectone series, and his installation for the French Pavilion at the Venice Biennale, Studio Venezia, from 2017. Veilhan's work frequently appears in public spaces, with his sculptures featured in cities around the world, such as Paris, Stockholm, New York, Shanghai, and Seoul. His pieces have also been exhibited in prestigious institutions globally, including the Centre Georges Pompidou in Paris, MAMCO in Geneva, the Phillips Collection in Washington, Mori Art Museum in Tokyo, and the Met in Lisbon. Luxury fashion house Chanel enlisted Veilhan to craft a menagerie of animals as the set design for its spring 2023 Haute Couture collection at the Grand Palais Éphémère. Number 6. Philippe Parreno. Philippe Parreno is a contemporary French artist whose multidisciplinary work often involves collaborations with figures like Pierre Huyghe, Liam Gillick, and Rirkri Tiravagna. Parreno's practice explores how systems of representation and memory generate meaning. His incomplete film script, L'Histoire d'un Sentiment, from 1996, is an artistic gesture that highlights the narrative of creating by imagining a fictional project that will never be realized. Born in 1964 in Oran, Algeria, Parreno was raised in Grenoble, where he attended the School of Fine Arts. He later moved to Paris to study at the School of Higher Studies in Plastic Arts at the Palais de Tokyo. Gaining prominence in the 1990s, his early works included video conference lectures that blended footage from popular TV shows and films. Over the years, he has produced both visual art and written texts that delve into a variety of themes. Parreno's works are part of major collections such as the Guggenheim Museum in New York, the Tate Modern in London, and the Centre Georges Pompidou in Paris. Number 5. Annette Messager. Annette Messager is a renowned contemporary French installation artist, known for a conceptual and feminist approach. Her work critically explores societal and individual perceptions of women. In her early career, Messager used domestic objects such as textiles, toys and found materials to challenge traditional gender roles, and she has continued to address themes of femininity and masculinity in her later pieces. Born in 1943 in Buren, France, she studied at the Decorative Art School in Paris. In 2005, she was awarded the prestigious Golden Lion at the Venice Biennale for installation in the French Pavilion, which included the work Casino, where a wind machine animates a red silk sheet amidst bizarre creatures and forms. Messager has also exhibited at major institutions, including solo shows at the Museo de Arte Moderno in Buenos Aires, the Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris, and a retrospective at the Centre Pompidou. Number 4. Pierre Huyghe. Pierre Huyghe is a French conceptual artist whose work delves into philosophical ideas through film and installation. Blending themes of pleasure, adventure, and psychology, he crafts immersive scenarios that explore the boundary between reality and fantasy. His subjects span a wide range, from Antarctic expeditions to small-town parades and amusement parks, exemplified in his notable piece, The Host in the Cloud from 2009. Known for multi-layered narratives and fragmented meanings, his works evoke themes of dreams, power, subjugation, and the quest for utopia. He emphasizes the dynamic relationship between an art object and its viewer, seeking to preserve this interaction as much as possible. Born in 1962 in Paris, Huyghe studied at the Higher School of Decorative Arts in Paris. Throughout his career, he has earned several prestigious accolades, including the DWAD Artist in Residence grant in Berlin, a special award from the jury of the Venice Biennale in 2001, and the Hugo Boss Prize from the Guggenheim Museum in New York in 2002. Huyghe currently divides his time between Paris and New York, and his works are featured in prominent collections such as the Art Institute of Chicago, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the Carnegie Museum of Art in Pittsburgh, and the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Number 3. J.R. J.R. is a pseudonymous photographer and street artist, known for pasting large photocopies of his work onto public spaces. His journey as a photographer began when he found a camera in the Paris metro, using it to document his own graffiti. He soon expanded to photographing friends and acquaintances, pasting these portraits onto the exteriors and interiors of buildings. One of his early series, Portraits of a Generation, captured the residents of Cité des Bosquets during the 2005 French riots. He placed these portraits in wealthier neighborhoods of eastern Paris as a form of social and political commentary. J.R. has undertaken numerous large-scale projects, including Inside Out, a participatory series where hundreds of individual portraits are combined to create monumental collective images. His work has been exhibited in major institutions like the Tate Modern in London, the Centre Pompidou in Paris, and the Lincoln Center in New York, in collaboration with the New York City Ballet. In 2011, he won the TED Prize, and in 2015, he directed the short film Alice, starring Robert De Niro. Number 2. Sophie Calle. Sophie Calle is a contemporary French conceptual artist, best known for her investigations into personal relationships and chance events. Through photography, film, and text, her often provocative projects meticulously document the lives of others and her interactions with them. In Suite Vénitienne from 1980, for example, she followed a stranger from Paris to Venice, recording the experience. Born in 1953 in Paris, Calle studied under cultural theorist Jean Baudrillard before traveling extensively. Her early works emerged from a desire to reconnect with Paris after time away. Calle still lives and works in Paris, and her works are held in major collections, including the Tate in London, the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, and the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. Number 1. Daniel Buren. Daniel Buren is a painter and installation artist closely associated with the conceptual art movement, best known for his use of stripes in public spaces. Born in Boulogne-Billancourt, he graduated from the National School of Applied Arts and Crafts in 1960. After initially experimenting with Expressionism, Buren abandoned formal representation in 1966, adopting vertical stripes as his signature motive. One of his early works, Peinture Sculpture from 1971, was a striped banner installed at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, but it was removed after just one day for obstructing other artworks. In a later Guggenheim installation, Around the Corner, from 2000, Buren created a mirrored glass tower stretching the length of the museum, inspired by his Cabane Éclatée series, disassembled cabins integrated into their environment. His most controversial piece, Deux Plateaux, from 1986, saw the courtyard of the Palais Royal in Paris covered with columns bearing his signature stripes. That same year, he represented France at the Venice Biennale and won the prestigious Golden Lion Award. Buren has had solo exhibitions at the Centre Pompidou in Paris and the Tokyo Museum of Contemporary Art, and his work is featured in major collections such as the Museo Guggenheim in Bilbao, the Musée d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris, and the Tate Modern in London. Thanks for watching.